Hello and welcome to At the Table with Lisa in Warren. Today I'm here with Jeff Lehrer, the Township Attorney, and I want to let everybody know that this is Jeff's last week as the Township Attorney. Tomorrow will be his last Township meeting, so congratulations on your retirement.
Oh, thank you.
So today what I wanted to talk about was the form of government in Warren Township, because it seems like many people are confused about how our government is set up. So I was wondering if you could just give us a little background and explain to us a little bit about what a township is.
Okay. So what we have in Warren is called the Township Committee form of government, and it's under Title 40A 63-1, and it's probably the oldest form of municipal government in New Jersey. In fact, it is the oldest. It was actually designed to parallel the old township meeting from England.
Oh, really?
And then it morphed into, in 1899, there was actually a law that was a state law that was adopted that created the Township Committee form of government. And
what are the advantages of that form of government?
Sure. It was intended to be almost like a town hall form where there was participation by the members of the governing body, and then question and answers by the public about various issues. It was fashioned in that kind of manner, and then it morphed into what we have now, which is that it's 5 members, or it can be 3. There is actually one town, Winslow Township, where they have wards. There is no other township committee of the 141 towns in New Jersey that have the township committee form of government, which makes up approximately 18% of the New Jersey population. There are it's only one town that has a ward form of government in the township committee form of government.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with this township committee form of government,
Mm-hmm.
there's no mayor that's elected. And I'll admit, when I first moved to town some 35 years ago, it was a little confusing. I came from a city form of government where we elected our mayor, but we don't do that here.
Correct.
And it seems a little confusing for those who come from an elected mayor,
Yes.
because you think, oh, what's going on? They just switched the mayor. But why is that done?
So the mayor actually has just as much right and power as any other member of the committee, no more, no less. It's actually more of a ceremonial thing that under the form of government, the mayor presides as chairman of the meeting, but can marry people, and that's about it. And the other powers that the mayor in this form of government has is the power to appoint Class 4 members to the planning board. Other than that,
That's
the
it.
power is completely equal to any other member of the committee.
And we need 2/3 majority to pass anything that we want to pass.
You need a majority of a quorum. A quorum is 3, but you need, in order to pass an ordinance, you need a majority of all members. So that would be 3.
3.
So if you had a quorum of 3, you couldn't pass an ordinance with 2.
2. Okay.
Okay?
So
And then when you're dealing with bonding, you need 4 members to vote in the affirmative.
So we all have the same amount of power.
Yes.
No more than anybody else. So really it's just a seat shift, and you have to just do more ribbon cuttings and
Yes.
speeches.
It's so interesting because I've represented township committee forms of government probably for 35 years, and Bedminster, let me see, this town obviously for 33 years. There have been Springfield Township has a committee form of government. And it's interesting because the mayor, there are certain people that feel that want to be mayor forever. And I say, why? You don't have any more powers than anybody else does.
I think some people just like having that title.
Yes.
It's funny, you know?
Yeah.
Because again, you're right. I don't want any more power than anyone else.
No other powers. No more powers, no less powers.
Is there any advantages or drawbacks to this form of government that you can see compared to a city or a borough?
I think it goes to just what, in this form of government, you can create subcommittees, you can create ad hoc committees of the township committee to perform government. In most other forms of large forms of government, like Faulkner Act towns, like Jersey City or Edison or Woodbridge, there most of the functions are handled by department heads who are actually in that form of government. It has to be at least 10 department heads.
Wow.
And so they have department heads that handle most of it. In the township committee form of government, you really work hard.
Oh, yeah. We're constantly.
Yeah.
You're constantly doing something. But then there is also the business administrator in the township form of government who is kind of like the supervisor, more or less,
It
of
is
the
a
day-to-day.
It is a discretionary position, by the way. You don't have to have an administrator.
Oh, you don't have
but
to.
you have the right to. And then once you also have the right to appoint a deputy administrator.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
I can't imagine what it would be like without a business administrator
agree.
because we're busy enough now.
I agree. And we rely upon the administrator. He's my daily point of contact. He really acts as kind of the middle person between the committee and me as township attorney and many of the department heads.
Yeah, and I
So-
talk to him daily.
Daily.
We are in constant contact.
Right.
So if he wasn't here, this job you wouldn't be able to do that and have a full-time job. You'd have
Correct.
to just be a township committee person.
Yeah, I would say that in the township committee form of government, you work probably the hardest of any form of government because you are liaison to this board, to this committee, to that subcommittee, and it all falls on your shoulders. All of the legislative policy decisions are all really your decisions. In a strong mayor form of government like Jersey City or Edison, the mayor makes all policy decisions, and all of the legislative functions fall upon the council.
Oh, interesting. And I felt that in the township form of government, it was nicer because you're electing 5 people, and you
Right.
feel that any of those 5 could serve as your mayor, and they all have 5 equal balanced of opinions.
Right.
So it's not like you just have one sole person who's in charge.
Correct. In
So
fact, you do it. I think that Warren does it right because they often they just change positions every year. In other words, they make a concerted effort to let someone else be the mayor instead of, because it's a lot
time
of
consuming.
It's time consuming for all of you, and so sometimes you need a breather and you take someone else's mayor. Even though the powers are the same, the mayor does run the meetings.
Right.
And so there's some pressure on the mayor in that regard.
And they constantly want you at a signing or a ribbon cutting or a speech. Or
Ceremonial things.
You're out every night.
Yeah, that's true.
Does the state have any authority over the township, like the
only
things that we do?
Not really. Not really. They have control over your budget to make sure you don't go over a certain cap on expenditures. And then you'd have to get relief from the state, the local finance board, to go over the budget cap. But for the most part, you are the government.
So they can't come in, and then that Moody rating, that AAA rating, you want that, and that falls back to the business administrator for us, and the amazing job that he does here,
Correct.
and our budget committee.
So yeah, you're only allowed to borrow a certain percentage of your on your budget, and Warren is well below that threshold, well below. That's why you have such a high bond rating, because you don't even come close, and you pay your bills on time.
It's kind of like a credit rating.
Exactly, it's exactly right.
Okay.
And the other form of governments like Watchung, they have a borough form of government where they have 6 members, and all the mayor does is preside at the meetings as the chairman, but he or she also breaks a tie vote.
Oh.
So if it's 3-3, the mayor has the ability to break a tie. That's all. No other voting rights.
No other. Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Yes.
I didn't even think about a borough form of government.
Most of New Jersey is in the borough form of government.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, I only came from city.
Right.
Elizabeth, Linden.
Right. But the township committee form of government is the second most popular, and actually the most and the oldest.
Yes, it's very interesting. Well, it was great spending time with you. Our 10 minutes are exactly up. So thank you for spending some time with us and talking about the township form of government. I hope everyone understands it now.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.